Hi everyone, and welcome back to Carla. As you can see, the tent still stands, even though we had some quite severe storms and even up to 10 or 15 centimeters of snow. But it held, and yeah, now it's finally time to get some work done. When we moved the boat, I noticed the deck area, on especially the aft deck. When I removed the wheel, there was quite a lot of rust in the deck, and I think it's time to have a look at the deck and see what has to be done, and then when we have the top surface finished, we can start it inside. So I've started to disassembly the deck, the aft deck, the benches, and we're going to remove the wheel and the throttle lever, and then we're going to go inside and remove all the sealing from inside. As you can see, we have a lot of small cracks in the deck surface. Carla is of course made of steel, but on top the previous owner has put this layer of, I think it's some kind of epoxy, but unfortunately it has all cracked, and he's tried to repair it, but it still it keeps on cracking. So in order to get to the bottom of the epoxy and have a look at the steel, I tried some different methods to remove the epoxy, and as you can see here, we have quite a big layer of epoxy. I don't know if you can see it. I found out using an electrical hammer, it's quite easy to remove the worst of it, and then I think maybe with a grinder or something like that, we're going to remove it all the way down to steel. This is from where the cracks have been, you can see, but fortunately it's only surface rust. We don't have deeper going rust anywhere. The only places we have deep rust is under the wheel base and under this the base for the throttle. So we'll have to remove those, remove the old epoxy, and then we'll have a look at how much of the iron plate or the steel plate we have to remove and put new in. Our plan is eventually to remove all the old epoxy from the deck and grind it down to bare metal, and then apply a new coat of something. I don't know what yet. We'll have to ask about that. But for now, I think it's today I'm going to remove the benches and remove the steering wheel and somehow get it down from up here, and then start chipping away at the deck surface. In here I started to remove the ceiling to be able to have a look at the metal above. And as you can see, around the holes we have quite a lot of rust. Actually, it's crumpling away. But you don't have to go far into the metal on the sides before it's actually okay again. So I believe we can, if this is the only place, then we can maybe cut out a piece of steel and weld a new piece in. Yeah, but we'll have to see. Well, now we're back inside, and I'm trying to disassemble the steering column. Heidi just helped me with 3 of the bolts. I still need 1. I should take down the ceiling first, but I think we can reach it. But first, I think we'll have to take the chain apart. This is the steering pump, driven by chains from the steering wheel on top, and we'll have to take those apart first, so that we can remove the steering wheel. And then after that, it's just the 4 bolts holding the steering column, and we have 4 nuts up here we have to remove, and then we can remove the column with the throttle lever. And we'll have to see where to remove the throttle cables, but we'll see about that. We'll start with the chain. So yeah, now this one is disconnected, the chain. I also got the last nut off up here. So the steering column should be loose now. It's only in the glue holding it to the deck. But before we try prying it loose, I think I'll see if I can find where to disconnect the wires going for the auto steer and the instruments. Hopefully we can do it in the column up there, but we'll have to see. Well, I got it open, but wow, that's an awfully lot of wires in here. I'm not quite sure if I dare try to disconnect it. I think I'll have to go and have a look inside the boat and see if I can disconnect it, but I'm afraid it's all the way up by the instruments. But yeah, we'll go have a look and see if it might be easier in there. Well, okay, I followed the big wire from, I think it's called tachometer or something. It shows you the revolutions of the engine. I followed it back all the way down through the boat and into the engine room, where it ends up in a box, and down there it's the same. It's a lot of black wires without any numbering on it, and yeah, the instrument looks like it's ready to get changed. So we'll probably put something new in anyways. So I think I'll just take it apart, get the wires out of the column, and then we'll take it from there when we have to mount it again. We'll probably put something new in anyway, so I don't see why I have to go through the trouble of trying to number the wires for now. So I'll take it apart. I'll see if I can take these two apart as well, so we can get them back down through and be able to remove the column. Okay, so finally I found where all the wires went. The two wires from the auto steering, I had to follow them into the boat and disconnect them. I pulled them up, they're here, and then the other one I disconnected up here, as you saw. The throttle lever, I removed it, I disconnected it and removed it, and I've loosened all the bolts around the bottom of the stanchions. So now it should only be breaking them loose and then removing them. So let's try. Well, and that went easy enough. And as I talked about, here you can see that's what we're going for. We're yeah, not much left here. I think it's a bit better in here, but again, we'll have to see when we remove the old wood and the epoxy. Yeah, but I've made quite a mess today. I've got tools everywhere, and I also need to bring these down from up here, and also the benches. But I think I'll clean up a little bit now, put some of the tools away, and then we'll see about getting the stuff down from up here. I think I might have to make a hole in the wood, and then maybe find some way to get it down from up here. But that'll be a job for tomorrow.
Erland. Nej, jeg vil ikke traktor. Hvad der kører? Hej Mikkel.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. It's another day. Today we're going to try to get the benches and the steering wheel down from up there. The benches are both made of stainless steel, so they're quite heavy. So I'm going to try to use this old tripod I have somehow to make a rig so that we can hoist them down from up there. It's going to be exciting. A little project in the projects. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But first, I'll have to unwrap the present and see if I can make a hole we can get it out through. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, I think I found a way to rig up this contraption. I put up the tripod with 2 legs, tied it on both sides, and on the top I used a rope that's going all the way above, over the tent and onto a tree behind me. And yeah, that should hold. I guess we'll see. But I'll just have to find a way to tie the bench and then see if we can lower it down. Exciting. Well, moment of truth. Let's see how it goes. Well, that went quite good actually. I guess I'll have to find something to put it on so we can drive it away. So now it's just a matter of getting the rest down, and then we can start closing up the tent again. Well, holy moly, that went well. I'm glad I had the tripod, or 2-pod, and the winch. Really made it a lot easier for my back. I thought about maybe putting a ladder up there and then just sliding them down, but there was too much of a risk for them to fall down the ladder. This I could easily do by myself, and yeah, that's good. Just to give you a look at the contraption, as I told you, I have a rope going all the way over to the other side and over to the tree, just so I didn't put too much pressure on the frame itself up there. And then yeah, the legs did the lifting. So perfect, absolutely perfect. Now I just have to close up the tab again, and we can get on with some of all the other projects. So now that I've finished clearing the aft deck above, it's finally time to start taking down the rest of the ceiling in here. As you can see, I've already done it here. We have this wooden sheets covering, and then we have the old insulation in here above, and we're going to remove it all so that we can get to the metal plate above. It's quite cold today, so I've turned on the heating. That's if you can hear it. It's only 3 degrees, and last time I was in here I didn't turn on the heating and I was freezing after an hour. So today went all the way. But yeah, let's have a look at it. It can be quite difficult to take down the sheets because the screws holding the sheets are rusted. But we'll see how it goes. I also have to cut around the cupboard in the corner because the sheets have been put on first and then the cupboards has been made afterwards. But I don't want to be taking down the cupboards, not yet anyway, so I'm cutting around them. But we'll see as we go. Well, I think we might as well just cut this, get it over with before we start trying to take down the sheet. And for that I have my old multi-cutter. Just put a new blade on and we'll see how it cuts. Well, I think I might end up using the wooden sheets again, and when I do, there'll be these small wooden battens up here anyway, so you won't be able to see that, and you should be able to fasten the sheet, or maybe we'll make some new ones because there's so old holes here for something, I don't know, something has been fitted here, but we'll see. For now I'm saving them, and then we can always make a choice later. I got all the screws out except for one. It's up here. It's so rusted that I can't get a hold of it. So I'll try using the small pry bar and see if we can get it off without damaging anything. Not damaging too much anyways. So now we're down to this foil, and then above that we have the insulation. But I think I might have to suit up before I start taking it down. It gets real messy, and I think there's small pieces of glass in it, and it's going to itch like hell. So suit up. Well, that's one more plate down, and yeah, it actually looks quite nice up here. There is a place, there's one spot over there, and I have a spot over here. We have to look at where it's more rusty than other places, but most of all it looks quite nice. And what you see here is all the old screws from the teak deck. This boat used to have a teak deck, so this is all the old screws from that. But otherwise, it looks good. So now I'm going for the two other sections of the room. Yeah, and when they're done, we can have a look at it again. Okay then. Well, we got the ceiling down. On the port side, it looks okay actually. It doesn't look too bad. We have this where the old mast was, the aft mast. I knew we had a problem here. I saw that when we were looking at the boat. But unfortunately I found another spot over here on top of the bathroom. So now I think I have to take down the ceiling in the bathroom to see how far it is, how bad it is, and well, worst case scenario we have to tear down the whole bathroom to get to it. Well, we definitely have a problem in here. We have a big hole in the ceiling. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite, there's not much light in here, but we definitely have a problem here. So I think we'll have to take off the epoxy from the top of the deck now, so that we can have a look at how bad it is, and then from there we'll have to decide how much we're going to replace of the steel plates, and then decide how much more we have to take down in here in order to be able to change the steel plates. So yeah, next step is definitely do a little cleanup in here, and then I'll have to take down this steering pump, and then it's off to the races with the epoxy on top. For the first many years of the boat's life, there was 2 benches mounted on the aft deck. They were welded directly into the deck, one going here and the other on the other side. And where I'm seeing all the damage and all the rust in the steel plate now is where they were welded. So I think there might have been some rust inside the benches, and that's why the plate is rusted where it is, and of course also around the holes. But now I'll try to chip away, see how that goes. I have this one, and I've tried it and it worked pretty well, as you can hope for. This epoxy is it's almost like stone, and it's chipping away just as stone would. So for now this is working. I hope. We'll have to see. That's going to be a hard one. This is definitely going to take some time. I have thought of using a grinder, but if in some places the epoxy is up to 1.5 centimeter thick, and using a grinder I won't get finished either. So yeah, I think I'll try continuing with this, see if I can get a hang of it, and then the small pieces that I'm leaving, I'll have to grind them up. I would like to get down to bare metal in order to be able to put some new on, but I'm just thinking we might not take it all off where we have to cut out the sheets anyway. Would be stupid to do that. We'll see. I'll start from the edges and then make my way in. Yeah. Well, it's a new day. I had a chance to think it over. I'm not going to start chipping away at the epoxy today. With the amount of holes that we found yesterday, places where the rust has gone through, it doesn't make any sense to start patching it up. I think we're at a point where it makes more sense to change a big piece of the deck instead. So now I'll have to find out where to get some steel plate and how we're going to do it. But that'll be in another video. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments or good advice for me, please write them in the comment section below. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.